Hi everyone! I'm finally back with another perfume video, which I know you guys have been waiting for, and I'm so sorry. I really got caught up with life. You know, sometimes things get so crazy that you're not able to, keep up. So my life was going at 100 miles per hour, but now I am finally back, and I'm finally gonna take this time to go over some more perfumes. Before I start, I do want to make one announcement, and it's just kind of probably most of you guys know. My perfume reviews are reviews, and that's just that. They are not objective. They are very subjective to my nose, and you know what? Everyone has certain scents that they are sensitive to. Like, for example, for me, I am really sensitive to sweet, to florals, to spices even. So for example, I am really sensitive to like fruity smells because that is something that I don't really like. I'm not really into fruity smells, but if there is a berry undertone or a mango undertone or anything, I will be able to catch that like ASAP, right? But that might not be something that you might notice, because you might notice something else because your nose is sensitive to that. So I do have to preface that these are kind of subjective. I try to be as objective as possible by including what other people's reviews were, other people's opinions, and what I think, as well as what I think about these perfumes. So just to kind of give you guys a wide range of opinions to better help you visualize and just understand these perfumes. But without further ado, let's get to it. I'm going to be going over the Royal Cotton Collection by Mamlakat Al Oud. And honestly, I'm kind of excited to see. I'm very curious to see how these perfumes are, because they all look very different from each other. I'm looking at them right now. The boxes look very different. So we are going to do an unboxing, and we are going to have kind of blind reactions, because some of these I have smelled before, but I just can't remember. I absolutely cannot remember how these went. So without anything, let's get to it. We are going to start with Cotton Abyed. So this is the classic. This is the classic one. This is the main one, as they say. But I really like this box. Pretty standard box. Love it. And this is the moment. I have heard a lot of opinions about these, the bottles itself. The white one, this one in particular, I think is kind of cute. This is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, but it's kind of cute. I'll take it. Like, I like the flower. You know, wait, let me try to get closer. I like that flower. It's kind of cute. It's got like a little bit of a felt thing happening in here. The cap is really nice and it's cute. Overall, not that bad. I don't think I have very strong opinions about this yet. And this one, I get it. Cotton, kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get, wait, before we do this, we are gonna go over the notes. Top notes: musk and plum. Middle notes: praline and orris. Base notes: vanilla and coconut. So this is kind of interesting. The notes were kind of interesting to read. I wonder if they will actually smell like that. Okay, right off the bat, I get the musk. It's not as berry as I thought it would be. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna do another spray. I feel like one spray was not enough. But it's more musky. It's not... I expected this to be kind of fruity with the notes. Fruity, sweet. I was kind of expecting a dessert. But it's really not that. It's very perfumey, I will say. Slowly, it's kind of getting sweeter as it progresses, but it's not that bad. I think this is really good. I wouldn't say, because you know, when you say cotton to me, I feel like I'm gonna smell laundry, you know? This is not laundry. This is kind of perfumey. This is kind of floral, musky. I'm not getting any of the praline. I'm getting very subtle vanilla and very subtle coconut, but I am not getting a lot of the dessert that I expected. The plum. I think the plum in this kind of, more than making it fruity, it kind of gives it a bit of a freshness, a bit of a citrus. Honestly, I think this is a really good blend, and it pretty much stays consistent. It kind of smells like white florals. So as I was reading the reviews for this and the opinions for this, the large consensus was that it's a sweet vanilla perfume. I would have to agree with it, but I don't think it's very vanilla. It is definitely on the sweeter side, but I don't think this is a lot of vanilla. I think this is kind of a sweet green perfume, which is why I will kind of segue into the fact that this is perfect for spring and summer. I think this is a spring and summer perfume. Perfect for now. This time, this weather, I think it's great. The temperature is cool. It's cool. Like, it's not warm, it's not neutral. It is cooler, which is why I'm saying more summer, more spring. This is definitely very feminine. It kind of gives me a girly vibe. I wouldn't say this is something you can wear in formal events. I think this is more like for gatherings, for lunches, going to cafes. It also works for going into, you know, brunch or going like a day at the mall. It's a very girly day, girly perfume. But as it progresses, as it kind of sweetens up and it becomes a little more gourmand, I will say it becomes a little darker, it becomes a little more rich. But overall, I am now, as it's progressing, getting a bit of the nuttiness from the praline. But again, it's not dessert. It's not a desserty perfume. Like, from the notes, that's what I was expecting. But it's very consistent. It's a very consistent musk, floral, sweet. This is girly, this is, you know, very brunchy, this is very summer, spring. Now I have to be honest with you, I kind of stayed for a little bit. I kind of waited until it progressed because just to see if it was changing or anything. And there's one thing that I noticed. There's one thing in the progression of the whole perfume that I kind of noticed, I kind of realized. It's not the plum that's giving it the citrus. I feel like this is a completely different note. I feel like I'm getting green apple, I'm getting a little bit of pear in this. Like, it's not... That's why I guess I'm getting green notes more than anything. I don't know. The notes just... they're not hitting. That's why I feel like I'm getting a little confused by this because it's not what I expected it to be like. It's not what I expected it to smell like. But it's very bright, it's very light, it's very airy. It's cold for sure. It's more green and floral, like white florals, and just a hint of citrusy. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. It is sweet. It is a little vanilla-y. It's not overpowering though. I kind of expected this to be an extreme, like, kind of gourmand, fruity dessert. But it's really not that. Now the price is $31.50 for 100 ml, and the rating is 4.36 out of 5. I think this is an 8 out of 10. It's not offensive in any way. It's not you know, it's not offensive. It's not overwhelming in any way, but it is mild. It is kind of confusing, especially if you look at the notes. But I think this is an 8 out of 10. I think this is a good spring summer standard perfume, you know. Now our next perfume is Cotton Malaki. Again, pretty standard box. I can appreciate this. This is kind of cute. But you know what? You can see I'm like doing this really quickly. I'm doing this really fast because I want to see. Okay. Okay. This is what it looks like. The cotton ball is kind of different. It's orange. This one, I don't know how I feel about this one. Again, the sides are pretty cute. I would say I like the plant more than the cotton ball itself. I will say that. But before we start, before we go get into anything, we're gonna be going over the notes. So compared to Cotton Abyed, this one is long. So the top notes are mango, peach, blackcurrant, mandarin. Middle notes are freesia, heliotrope, tuberose, orange blossom, violet. Base notes, caramel, tonka bean, vanilla, cashmerean. So that was a mouthful, not gonna lie. But let's see how this one is. I'm curious to see if this one is true to the notes or if it's not, or if it's like Cotton Abyed and it just smells completely different. Okay, right out the bat, I do get the fruits. I do get the fruits. It's kind of grapey. It smells like grapes is what I'm trying to say. This one is also fresh. This one's very light. It kind of goes into a citrus. It starts off grapes and it kind of goes into a very citrus, and the florals start coming in a little bit. This one does have a couple of flowers in it, which We love to see that. And I will say this one smells more like laundry to me. I don't know what it is, but in the middle, when it's going through the florals, it's kind of giving laundry. If you want to know what I mean by laundry, is like that really detergent laundry smell. While the florals are coming in, I do get that. I get that vibe. This one smells like cotton. Like, you know, like cotton scented things, cotton scented candles or anything. This is smelling like that. Only the fruit, the citrus and the florals, they kind of subside, but that kind of detergent soapy scent is still there. This one is definitely on the soapier side compared to Cotton Abyed. Cotton Abyed was more perfumey and floral. This one is floral, but it's more fresh. This is very clean. Like, this is your clean girl perfume. I wouldn't say this is powdery in any way, but this is definitely soapy. Like, if you take like a Downy or a Tide or something, it's along the lines of that. Like, I know some people really like that scent. It's kind of, it gives you that scent that you are a clean person, you know what I'm saying? It's weird because I really expected this one to be very fruity, and I don't think it is. I saw people saying that it's a fresh, fruity, clean perfume, and yes, it is. But it's not overpoweringly fruity. The amount of fruits that I mentioned in the top notes, I did not get any of them. I would say the mango was kind of non-existent. The notes were kind of all over the place, but primarily this just smells like laundry to me. I don't know why. This is something you want to put on if you want to smell clean. You want to smell like naturally clean, you know? I feel like sometimes I walk past people and I see people just smelling naturally clean. They either smell like shampoo or they smell like laundry. So if you're trying to go for that vibe, this is it. As the perfume progresses, it does get just a bit darker, but for the most part, it's very fresh, it's very clean, and it's very soapy. Soap is the thing that I get. It is moderate and the temperature is cold, so I do think spring, summer, this is it. This is it. So far, I think we've hit only those seasons. I really wonder if there's gonna be any from the other two, if we're gonna get darker and heavier scents. Because so far this is very gentle, this is very light, this is very feminine, and this is same theme. This is giving brunch, this is giving day out. I don't think this can be used in a formal situation unless you want to smell like that in a formal situation. I don't get the vanilla, I don't get the tonka, I don't get the caramel. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's detergent. That's what I'm getting. I'm waiting. I even waited for a little bit. I've been smelling this for a while. I don't know why it is so insistent on just smelling like detergent. That being said, it is a very pleasant detergent, and I think people can wear this. I mean, if you want to put it on your clothes just to smell clean, if you want to put it on your curtains or your bedding or your sofa, that also works. But not bad. I mean, it's laundry. That's what I'm getting, laundry. So the price for this is $37 for 100 ml. For Grand Ticket rating is a 4.05 out of 5. My personal rating for this, I think this would be a 7. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. Again, I'm just confused. You know, there are certain times where I also want to just smell clean, but I don't want to smell like I have put on perfume. I just want to smell naturally clean. You know, for that, wait, let me go into my collection. For that, I was honestly using Amirati by Al Watania because to me it smells like shampoo. But now this has a little bit of competition because compared to this, I will gravitate more towards this. So I will give it a 7 out of 10. Not bad. Not bad. Really, not bad. It's not offensive. It's not, you're not gonna offend anybody by wearing this. People might just be very pleased and very comforted because they might feel like they're smelling something familiar. I should take a deep break. So I was filming earlier and I had to use this. How cute. I did not know I had this much class. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. This is just something that I had bought recently and I want to feel bougie and I want to feel cute because sometimes during filming, especially filming after a very long time, I can feel, it can get a little overwhelming. Imposter syndrome creeps in and you feel weird. So just to feel good, just to feel cute, although this is very small and I'm probably gonna finish this in like 2 gulps because we are not elegant like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, time for our next perfume. Cotton Wardi. Not gonna lie, I like the pinks. I like the blacks. From this packaging, I do anticipate that it will be a darker scent, but we will see. We will see if I'm being misled again. Alright. This one, I want to see it in person. I want to see, because people have... Wait, no, okay. The pink is kind of cute. Is that unpopular? Is that an unpopular opinion? The pink's kind of cute. This is looking kind of cute. Again, flowers on the side, and that has that felt. I kind of like this. What are people on? It's not that bad. It's really not that offensive. I was expecting this to look more offensive than anything. Okay, we're gonna go over the notes. Top notes, woodsy notes and oud. So again, let me reiterate, I do expect this to be a darker, but if we've learned anything from the past two perfumes is it's not don't trust the notes. The middle notes are vanilla and sugar. Base notes, oud, again, sandalwood and herbal notes. So I think it's gonna be like oud. If it's in the top and base notes, that is kind of what I'm expecting. But let's see. Kind of excited. I was kind of looking forward to a darker scent. I'm getting floral. I'm getting floral. I'm getting your white florals, but I am gonna wait a little bit because I don't know if that might just be the ethanol. I'm getting very perfumey. I'm getting very floral. I'm not getting oud. I am not getting oud. I'm really telling my nose. Detect it. But it's not. I'm getting very floral, white floral and musk. Slowly the vanilla is creeping in. It's kind of becoming sweeter, but this is definitely on the cleaner side. It is not dark. It is not dark at all. It is a light perfume. It's airy. This is soapy, but in a body wash kind of way, not in a detergent kind of way. It's just a little sweet, but I think this is more rosy. Wait, I have to take a minute. I'm sorry, I have to take a minute. It's very, very floral. It's kind of rose, jasmine, and it's very perfumey. This is more similar to Cotton Abyed, which is now gone. I tried to smell it again just to compare. I'm just getting like a little hint of vanilla, and the rest of the perfume, I don't know where it went. Well, that kind of tells you that these are very moderate. These are not long lasting in any way. But this is soapy, this is clean, this is fresh, this is light. Spring, summer, again, it's cool. The herbal notes, totally understand. I totally understand the herbal notes where they're getting from. It's kind of green, but I feel like this is kind of similar to Cotton Abyed. This is just a little sweet, perfumey. As it kind of progresses, the little bit of wood is coming in, but that's about it. That's about it. This is not dark. This is not heavy in any way. I don't get much oud. This is not Middle Eastern in any way. I honestly thought this was going to be kind of more Middle Eastern, but it's not. It is very feminine, and I hate to sound redundant, but it's the same vibe. It's a day out. It's a bright summer day, you know? This is good for that. It is soapy, again, in more of a body wash shampoo kind of a way. I don't know why I said shampoo like that. Yeah, a lot of people say it's fruity, fresh, clean. Again, fruity, I don't know. I don't know if it's fruity. I would not call it that. I would say rosy, sweet, fresh, floral. Because that's it. That's all I'm getting. And I am getting very confused along with that. Well, that's that. I don't know how else to describe this. I'm even changing my nostrils, but this is it. This is what I'm getting, and that's that. Yeah. Now the price is $27 for 100 ml, and the rating, I could not find it on I could not find it on Fragrantica. Oh my gosh, that took me like 5 business days to complete the sentence. Personally, for me, this would be, I think this would be a 7 out of 10. It's not impressing me in any way, but it's not offensive. I don't think I can hate on it. Yeah, like I'll use it. I'll use it for summer, but I don't think there's anything that unique and special about this one. I don't know. I was kind of expecting that one to be a little different. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, so our last perfume from the collection, Cotton Rouge. I'm sorry I said it like that. Cotton Rouge. Again, see, expectations, dark, heavy perfume. And I do want it to be that. There is a part of me that wants it to be like that. Okay. This one's red. It's very bright, I will say. It is very bright. It's giving old money. It's giving Baccarat Rouge a little bit. I don't know. I think the red and the golden is kind of calling back to that. And also the fact that it's cotton rouge. It's kind of reminding me of Baccarat, I'm not gonna lie. Interesting. But before anything, we're gonna go over the notes. Top notes, rose and cassis. Middle notes, rose and pavoine. Oh. Base notes, patchouli, musk, cashmere, and vanilla. So let's see if this is extremely rose. Like, I can get it from the bottle, but let's see. I'm curious. Oh, what? It kind of started a little more spicy than I thought it would be. Why am I getting minty? There's a note in this that I don't really like. Okay, so initially it was really spicy and then it kind of becomes bitter. It smells bitter. I don't know what it is. Like, if you guys have had ban, so I'm an Indian, ban is like betel leaf. It kind of smells like that. I can get the rose. This one I get the rose in. But ban is kind of like a minty, leafy kind of a combination. But this one, along with the rose, is kind of smelling bitter. Like, I see what this was trying to do. I do understand the vision. And eventually it does get more pleasant, I will say. Initially, it's just I did not like it, but as it's progressing, it's getting a little pleasant with the rose coming in and the vanilla kind of coming in. But it's very minty and it's very leafy. I think the rose just adds a little bit of sweetness to it. If you've had ban, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It smells just like that. It's weird because there's this like after scent that I really like, where the vanilla kind of comes in, the cashmere kind of comes in, and it kind of becomes luxurious. It kind of becomes luxurious. But just that bitter scent, I don't like that. That is what's throwing me off, because everything else really works and it's really good. Man, I really want to like this one. I really do, but I cannot get over that. That kind of bitterness, that really strong mint. I think to me this is a little overwhelming. But if you like those like pungent, minty, leafy scents, this is it. Cotton Rouge is it. And it's kind of sweet with the rose. Eventually the rose is kind of coming in really strong. But yeah, that's about it. And I do think, like all of these perfumes, like the perfumes before it, it is moderate, it is feminine. All of these perfumes are very feminine. It is cool. I will say the difference between this and everything else is that this, I can classify this as a nighttime perfume. I think this is on the darker side, but I don't think it's overwhelmingly dark. Like, you can get away with brunch because the rose then eventually kind of takes over the perfume. Eventually it does. And that's all you're gonna smell. You're just gonna smell that sweet rose. The harsh mint, as it kind of goes through, it kind of goes away. The rose and the musk kind of come in. And I like the progression. I like the end of it, but the initial bit, I just did not. I did not mess with that. People do say that this is a floral perfume. I do agree. This is floral. This is definitely floral, herbal, and minty. It's fresh. Summer, spring. Again, same thing. Even though it is a little darker compared to the other perfumes, it would still stay true to summer and spring. It's very leafy, and I don't think I was expecting that, which is why I do think that I was a little taken aback. But the price for this is $37 for 100 ml. I couldn't find this fragrance on Fragrantica either. Personally, for me, I think this would be a 5 out of 10. Yeah, I think this would be a 5 out of 10. I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna wear this. I think the blend's just not for me. I personally find it kind of overwhelming in terms of each of the notes, so I don't think this one's for me. But if you do really like that kind of a rose, that sweet, rosy, but also minty, leafy scent, this is perfect for you. This is great for that. But personally, this one's not for me. I think that is it for our Royal Cotton collection. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below if you have any of these perfumes and which one you're curious to buy. Which one of these resonated the best with you? If you made it this far, I love you already. Please like and subscribe and follow my other social media accounts as well. Because I do post some really different content. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.